We are streaming on YouTube. Come here. And we're going to get rolling here on TikTok here in a minute. Make sure that we're rolling. Pull this up. I think we're moving here. Yep. A little delayed, of course it is, but hey, we are up, on, and getting it done. Try to get some things going here. All right. I'm gonna have to change my name of my live over here on the old TikTok. All right, here we go, and we're live over on the other thing. So let me get rid of this. Get rid of this. Only get the stuff I need. And there we go. We're going to start with that. Ooh, that's not good. I'm going to lose everything there. All right. What is Islander Life? Hello, hello. All right. I'm trying to get this situated here. All right. Let's rock and roll this thing. All right. Kind of a busy day, right? Like everybody was focused on the hurricane. I had some focus on some other things. Some housing industry news, some digital currency rumors, maybe news, not really sure. Oil inventories today, and what else do I got? Oh, energy costs. Yes. All right, so first thing we're going to do is I've got it up on, and by the way, if y'all want to go check this out, or check it out now or later or whatever, I'm doing the talk, but everything I'm showing is over on YT. It's just simpler that way than changing everything above me. So here we go. Joe, it's called Central Bank Digital Currency. That's what it's called. So you may not want me to call it currency, but that is what it's called. All right, so Ian made landfall. It's it's big. I haven't even seen any of the damage from Florida, but I wanted to pull that up because, and I'm not a meteorologist, so I'm not going to stick a long time on that. As I'm pulling up marine traffic, there's a big void right where all the ships would be. And as if we scroll up and look at Savannah, they are getting those ships out of there. All these ships that were anchored right here in Savannah are leaving. See if we can figure out where they're going. No real destination yet. Looks like they might be maybe doing some stuff with Virginia Beach as well. So they're getting stuff out. They're expecting that that storm to definitely impact the East Coast. I think we all have seen the maps on that. I'm not a meteorologist. Again, I just follow it for oil, how it affects the Gulf, East Coast, things like that. All right. So over here in the Baltic, where the clowns in America did their dastardly deeds on the Nord Stream, everybody was asking about how did it look, and I didn't have it up last night. So over here on marine traffic, you can see that there's a couple of areas where they definitely have been told to steer clear from, and you can clearly see that there are a lot of space. There is a lot of space in the areas that have the breaks in the gas line. there is some thought that Russia's going to move on the Baltics next. I don't know if that's true or not. Only time will tell. All right, so housing news. The mortgage news was not good today. It hasn't been good for a while. Mortgage applications went down by 3.7%. That is 3.7% from last week, which is 84% lower than last year on refis and 29% lower than the same time last week. So we're still seeing a massive drop in housing. And we're also going to see, I'm anticipating seeing some supply inflation with the rebuild in Florida. So I expect to see lumber to go up. And also, there's going to be some issues with the storm in Florida because there's shortages with transformers. So I don't know how that's going to play out. I don't have great details on where we're at on inventories on those. So hopefully it's enough to kind of get things up and running when things kind of clear up here in the next day or so. But yeah, going to be plenty of work there after the storm. Yes, absolutely. That is also one thing that moved the market today was the storm. Everybody wants to say what moved the market today was the British basically doing some quantitative easing. I do a little bit of both. I do counseling on individual finances privately. You can schedule a consult with me through my bio. But today it was thought that the market went up because of what's going on in Britain with the pound. And here's what I noticed today. I noticed that it was a little bit of algorithm trading. There wasn't really one thing that moved the market today. It was several things. There was algorithm trading. There was a little bit of Great Britain. There was a little bit of people unwinding short positions so that they can, because they're figuring that there may be a little bit of a run here. So VIX, SPX, SPY, things like that. And then they're going to probably look at hopping back in at some point. There was a little bit of that, a little bit of the hurricane, and a little bit of Great Britain. So, and then last thing on my list is it is anticipated that home heating costs are going to go up 17% this winter. So that is not good news. Because everybody's thinking, well, inflation's over. And I've been saying this for a while. I said, look, inflation's not over. We haven't had our winter inflation yet. So once we get through that, let's see where we're at on the other side of that. How's the hurricane helping the market? Because there's going to be an anticipation that there's going to be ordering going on. Ordering of supplies, ordering of lumber, ordering of concrete, electrical supplies, cell phone towers, lots of stuff. So there is an anticipation there, and that's one of the things driving the market. That's how hurricanes help the market. You would think hurricanes would be bad for the market, but big storms aren't, because it creates opportunities for people to have work, to rebuild. Although storms suck, but I wish they would stop filtering these comments. starving and freezing to death. I don't know if we're going to have to worry about that in Florida, though. The starving maybe, but the freezing to death definitely not. But the yeah, so there's a anticipation that home heating costs are going to go up 17%. Again, we really haven't seen the inflation for the winter energy, so we still have to get into that time frame. So what that looks like on the other side, I don't know. And how is that going to affect everything else? Also, the storm down in Florida is going to, yes, it's going to create jobs, ordering. It's going to create fiscal movement, but it's also going to, TikTok's commenting on me again. Yeah, right. The hoarding. Oh yeah, when the storm's over, we'll see how that plays out with the. See if there's any rioting in Florida. Did anybody else hear that? I don't know. I've only ever lived through one hurricane. But did anybody hear that in Florida they had to issue a warning that if you go out during the storm, emergency personnel are not going to come save you? When I went through that, they never made that announcement, but I think it's funny that in Florida they made that announcement. And again, I've only been through one. Maybe that making that announcement everywhere. But what about FedNow? There's no news on it right now. So the FedNow doesn't. There's not going to be any movement on that till next year. Next summer is when they do some sort of a test. So no digital currency in December, despite what everybody keeps saying. That is not happening in December. They might be pulling some cash out of the system in December, but they're not responding to calls. Yeah, they really shouldn't. I mean, until stuff gets moved along. All right. Who's this? All right. Fire depth here. Stop responding. Winds above. Well, fire department. Stop responding. Winds above 45 miles an hour. Man, if they did that in Kansas, nobody would ever respond to fires. Whew. Bree, what is up? Good to see you on here tonight. Hope you're safe. Now they need help. No one to help. Serious question. A lot of these people that want everything to go green, when the power is out and all of your power removal equipment is electric, how do you clean up after a hurricane? Serious question. So, you can't. What would the carbon footprint be of CBDC? Do not know. Doesn't fires in the West keep things running? Yeah, well, sometimes. Another 24 hours before they can help, which is why you should evacuate. Yeah. Oh, red and green arrows. So the red boats are tankers, oil, natural gas, and chemical tankers. I'll pull this up over on YouTube as well. And the green ships are cargo, dry cargo. So containers, wood chips, ro-ros, so cars, dry bulk. So any coal, grain, aluminum, steel, concrete, all that stuff is moved on green ships. And then the red ones, of course, are tankers. So you got your floaties on. Same way they charge their electric cars, right? Bradenton, okay so far. Batteries. How do you charge the batteries when there's no electricity? That's the big question. Yeah, so So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and that's really all I got for the YouTube video. So I'm going to go ahead and end that one right now. And then we'll just make our focus our TikTok live stream. So if y'all wanted to see the what I was showing